What's going on, guys? It's Professor Gnome, and we're going to keep up the Twilight Masquerade content today, going on with Conkeldurr. I really am a huge fan of single prize decks and rogue strategies and all these kind of dumb style little decks. We got a lot to come out with Twilight Masquerade, and though Conkeldurr may not be everyone's favorite, it's one that I love. I love the Pokemon, and I love that it's so good. And really, the reason why I think that Conkeldurr is in a good place to shine, specifically right now, is that we're in a weird little transitionary period where right now everyone's playing Dracopult EX because it's got so much hype around it, and it's it's the premium deck that you can get from the Battle Pass. So everyone's kind of on a Dracopult wave right now, which means Blissey is going to be on a huge wave because everyone's playing Dracopult. Blissey's like the go-to counter to beat that, which means Conkeldurr has the time to shine right now. So will it be good in the future? Maybe. Well, is it good right this second? Yes. So everybody hop on the Conkeldurr wave. I think it's actually really fun and pretty good. The reason why it's good is that we're looking at the Gutsy Swing attack for 250 damage, and if this Pokemon is affected by a special condition, we ignore all energy that it costs to use this attack. So we're going to be comboing that together with Brute Bonnet, using its Toxic Powder, able to throw a Booster Energy Capsule down, poison both Conkeldurr and our opponent, and just start slapping big damage for no energy needed. We also run Klawf, just because Conkeldurr is a stage 2, so we want to speed up our early game a little bit, so we can run Klawf. Very similar strategy, we just poison it, drop the damage down, and we're good to go. Hit for 170, so we're pretty strong in that regard. We also run Hisuian Sneasler, just to boost that damage up a little bit, and we also run Bibarel as our draw engine. A little bit of other things to note, we run the Maximum Belt, so that way Conkeldurr, before the poison, before anything, is already hitting for 300 damage. If we have Hisuian Sneasler down, then we're one-shotting Charizards, which is super, super big. We also have the ability to go Defiance Band, which is in a very similar situation. And then we also run a Roseanne's backup, just to be able to get our cards back in play. Whether we lose our Max Belt, we can just grab a new one and kind of go from there, as well as other Pokemon, our tools, things like that. We could also play Silene, but this is a little bit more consistent, in my opinion, so I prefer to run it this way. We also run Grant, as where what it allows us to do is any of our fighting Pokemon will do 30 more damage. We could run the new, I forget what it's called, the new supporter that does 30 more damage to EX, but it's more efficient to run Grant because of the fact that we can recycle it. Thanks to our Pokemon already being fighting types, we meet the requirement. So we can discard Grant early, it doesn't really matter, but later on in the game when it does, we can loop it by discarding 2 cards, putting it back into our hand, which helps us really meet damage requirements that we're going to need in the later stage of the game. So like we can go Defiance Band, we get an extra 30 damage, then we can go Grant, get another 30 damage, and then if we have Hisuian Sneasler, then that's the last bit of damage that we need to, again, hit that 330 number to knock out Charizards with a single hit. So we want to just always be in position that we're able to get that one shot on Charizard later on, or whether it be Dracopult, whatever it is, make it so it's much easier to KO later on in the game and really kind of steal games back. So that's going to be the list, guys. Definitely let me know what you think. Definitely let me know any changes that you'd make. All the lists are so new. The game's still, only been out for like a day. So definitely let me know how you guys would change the list or what you're running. Definitely let me know what you're the most excited for, what you've been playing, all that kind of stuff. And as for the last bit of announcements, be sure to join the community Discord and be sure to join our community Discord tournament that's coming up on June 1st at 6:30 p.m. EST. The entry code is GNOME if you are interested in joining, GNOME. So definitely hope to see you guys there. Be sure to join the Discord. Be sure to join the tournament. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And so you can stick around and see all the new Twilight Masquerade content that's out and coming on the way. Probably trying to do a video every day, at worst every other day, just because there's so many things that I want to play and so much stuff I want to do content on. So I'm super excited to get all that out to you. So enough of me rambling. I will see you guys in Game 1 in a moment. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Alright, we're into game number 1. Our opponent won the coin flip. They did choose for us to go first. So that's a little unfortunate for us. We'll lead Klawf. We prefer to go second with this deck just because of Klawf's early game power. But this will have to do. We'll go Nest Ball here, and we'll actually grab ourselves the Bidoof for now, just because we want to be able to get into Bibarel a little bit easier, and if we're able to do that, we'll be in an alright position. We have the Switch available to us. Based on seeing the Slitherwing, we're probably not going to get KO'd on this turn. It's possible, but probably not going to happen. Get themselves a Nest Ball. 1 Vitality's already in the discard. That's good for us. Radiant Greninja comes out. This will be an interesting one because this is like a 1 prize deck versus another 1 prize deck. So definitely curious to see how this one goes. There's a Pokegear. They don't hit anything. Roaring Moon. There's an Explorer's Guidance, which is good because, again, that means they can't attack us this turn. So we'll be able to drop the double colorless onto Klawf and just start kind of going from there. And this, because of the fact that it's like a single prize versus single prize situation, it kind of just, and like, we're both going to be able to one-shot each other every time. It seems, to me at least, that this game's just going to come down to whoever's attacking first. Losing out on the Arven there is not really that big a deal, but it is a little annoying. Because obviously we would have preferred to... We would have preferred to be able to get, like, guarantee the Ancient Booster Capsule. We will play the Timburr down... We'll play the Timburr down here. What we'll do here is that we'll Ultra Ball away this and this. Grab ourselves our Bibarel. And attempt to draw ourselves a couple more cards. Really looking to get into our Ancient Booster Capsule. We were able to. So that's going to kind of set us up for success here. Because we can poison both. And Unhinged Scissors. Take the knockout. Start taking some prizes. There's the boss's orders. That's nice. We can boss up the Greninja. Stop them from being able to draw. They get the PAL pad, so it's pretty much like they didn't lose anything. They can put the penny back. I assume they'll play it to get rid of a Vitality and a Explorer's Guidance. There's a Koraidon, Fluttermane. Right now, still not really a threat of anything. Yeah, they'll be able to knock out Klawf here. At least they should be able to. Oh, they still need another dark energy they don't have. Or at least it appears like they don't have it. That's unfortunate for them, I'm gonna be honest. Because they had to do double fighting energy. There's a PAL pad to put a Vitality, and they only did 1 Vitality. Surprised they didn't do Vitality in Research. Or Explorer's Guidance, rather. So, definitely unlucky for them that they lost out on the... We're gonna put this down. Not because we really need it, but more just to get out of our hand. We're gonna get ourselves a second Klawf here. And then we're gonna boss the Greninja. So I feel like that's the best play to make. Then we'll Industrial Incisors. We can Ultra Ball away these two, since we're not really going to need them anymore. Grab ourselves our Gurdurr. Place that down. That guarantees us Conkeldurr on the next turn. We can unhinge Scissors here. Just kind of cut off a little bit of the draw engine. Take an extra prize. There's another double turbo. That's huge, because then we can set up Klawf again. So they're kind of just stuck with whatever cards they have for right now. There's another Fighting Energy. So they can retreat Fluttermane. They go Ancient Booster. Clear for Pokestop again. The main thing here is that we're going to be able to trade like one Pokemon for one Pokemon over and over and over again, but we're just in the lead. So it's like a race we're probably just going to end up winning. So they go Koraidon here. Koraidon knocks out that. But that's fine, because we can go Gurdurr. We drop Conkeldurr. We drop the double colorless energy. We'll Industrial Incisors. That's pretty cool for us, I guess. We'll go ahead and drop the poison. And then from here, we'll get rid of Iono and Bibarel. Get ourselves a new Brute Bonnet. Place that down. Place down the capsule. Then we can go ahead and research. Perfect. And so from here, what we'll be able to do is when Conkeldurr gets knocked out, we can kind of reset everything. So we get the knockout there. Take another prize. Cool, we have another Timburr. So they'll be able to come in, attack with the Roaring Moon, get the knockout there. Which, again, isn't a big deal, because then we just come back in with Klawf, we set Timburr, and we can kind of just keep repeating the process. So we go Klawf. In this sense, actually, we can go... Actually, let me do something different. Made a mistake. What we'll do is we'll actually Super Rod here. Get ourselves back Klawf, Gurdurr, and Conkeldurr. And then in this sense, what we'll do is we will Nest Ball to get out Klawf again, since we already have the double turbo. That way we can just place that down. We will Toxic Powder. We can go ahead and drop the Grant here, not because we really need the damage, but just to get it out of our hand. We'll throw the Defiance Belt down for the same reason. Then what we can do is Industrial Incisors, see if we find anything better. Find another Rare Candy, good enough for us for right now. We can go Unhinge Scissors. Take another knockout. There's Gurdurr. Not actually really what we want at this point. We're pretty much exclusively looking for Conkeldurr. Pokestop gets some secret box. Kind of interesting. They will end up using it. So they can get themselves a tool, a supporter, and a stadium. Curious to see what they get. Obviously the tool is, you know, pre-selected. So get themselves another Roaring Moon. They can go Vitality here. They PAL pad back into double Vitality. There's another one. So they're always going to have things to attack with, which is the only thing that, like... I mean, we do too, but to a little bit of a lesser extent. Superior Energy Retrieval. Interesting. How many energy do they even have? They have all 4, but they wouldn't want to pull it. They wouldn't want to take them, right? Why would they do that? I don't feel like that was a good play. The nice thing here, so we have Rare Candy, so we can go Conkeldurr on our following turn. But what we can also do here is that we can Grant. So we can get rid of this and one of our Rare Candies because we already have everything we want. We can get that back. And then even though they're at 200, so technically we wouldn't be able to normally knock them out. This is why Grant is so good. So we can drop that down. And now we're hitting for exactly 200. So again, like, we have everything we need. There's another Conkeldurr. Unhinged Scissors comes in. So unless they hit us with a crazy Iono out of nowhere, like if we get RKO'd out of nowhere here, that would be pretty huge for them. Since it would require us to find a lot of pieces again, we would need a Conkeldurr and a Rare Candy in order to win the game. But we also have like 2 turns to fix it if that were to go wrong. Since we kind of took such an early lead. So we're pretty much fine here. The game's over. Or at least should be, rather. Because also the only supporters that they have left are Status Vitality. So they'll knock out Klawf. We bring Timburr into the active. We Rare Candy. Bring out Conkeldurr. Drop the poison. And get the KO. So we bring, like I said, we bring in Timburr. We Rare Candy. We drop the poison. And we attack for 250. So even if they had a you know, a booster capsule or anything like that, we were going to KO them. And just like that, we win the game. So we take our prize card, we take Iono. Very interesting little situation there, going against Ancient Box, so just going like one prize over and over. Thankfully, like I said, Klawf just does so much early pressure that we were able to kind of keep up. And them not having the Dark Energy really, really hindered them in that one play. That kind of maybe would have shaped things a little bit more. But yeah, that's game 1, guys, and we'll jump into game 2 in a second, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into the next game. Our opponent's going to be going first, which is nice for us because we want to be able to utilize Klawf damage, which we are a little set up to do because we have our Nest Ball in play, we have Artazon, We have the Ancient Booster Capsule, and we also have Professor's Research, which is pretty nice, because really, as long as we can find a double colorless, we're in a great position. We are up against Chen PAL. Not a bad matchup for us, actually. Kind of funny that I haven't run into, like, both this game and the game before it have been, like, older decks. So it's like we actually haven't run into anybody playing anything from, like, the new set, which is, like, kind of funny. So we'll place that down. We will Artazon here. Grab ourselves the Timburr. We'll grab ourselves Bidoof for now. And then what we can do is research. We go Timburr. And then from here, we'll drop the Toxic just to kind of do it. Unfortunately, we didn't get into our double colorless, which is something that we kind of would have loved to have happen. But it's not the biggest deal in the world. We can Ultra Ball, get into our Bibarel for the next turn. Get another Timburr set up. We'll see what our opponent has to utilize. There's an Ultra Ball. I assume they're going to get their own Bibarel. Oh, they went Radiant Greninja. I don't think that was the play, man. Unless they already have, like, research in hand or something. They were able to get themselves into Irida. So, either they already had Irida or they were able to get it. They are playing Palkia and they got themselves a Nest Ball. That's interesting. Can't say I really agree with it, but it's interesting. Energy onto the Palkia. Okay. Like I said, definitely an interesting maneuver. We'll go ahead and grab ourselves Radiant Sneasler. We'll get ourselves I guess we'll go with a second Timburr. We will Ultra Ball here. Get rid of 1 and 1. We'll grow Bibarel. Fortunately, we're kind of stuck on these cards, which we're not the biggest fans of right now. So we'll Bibarel for 2 more, see what we find. We get Arven. Is Arven going to help us at all here? Alright. I think we got to make kind of a risky play here. So we're going to Ultra Ball this stuff away here. Grab ourselves Gurdurr. Place the Gurdurr. And then from here, we will research. And we still haven't found any of our double colorless, which is kind of insane, if I'm being completely honest. We have an Ultra Ball, so realistically our Klawf is probably just going to get KO'd here. we got pretty unlucky, honestly. The fact that we're down to the last, like, 20 cards of our deck and haven't found anything is sub-ideal, to say the least. But at the very least, what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to go Conkeldurr on the next turn and knock out Palkia. So that's at least good enough for us. So even though we're playing a little slow right now, our opponent also is. So we'll take what we can get. The irony here is insane, by the way. It is not lost on me. So we'll go ahead, we'll get rid of the Nest Ball. And we'll get rid of the Iono. Because we want to keep the boss's orders. We can go Conkeldurr. Place this down. And then the question is, do we want to... No, not really. We can go Klawf. Double turbo here. We'll go Arven. That way we can get our Max Belt. Actually, the Max Belt's not going to matter yet, so we'll go Defiance Band and Super Rod. We can go Defiance Band here. Toxic Powder. And hit for 180. Not that we really needed the Defiance Band, but, like, you know what I mean? May as well. We can go double prizes. There's another research. There's an Ultra Ball as well, so we can get the other Conkeldurr out. So we are fine from here. We have all the pieces that even if they boss up our Brute Bonnet, we can remake it. So definitely a very slow early game setup, but we got where we need it to be. We're not really threatened by anything at this point. And then because we have Grant as well in our discard pile, we're never really at threat of anything. Because even if they make PAL here and knock us out, like I said, we can either make a new Conkeldurr and just knock it out that way, or we can even go Klawf. Between the Poison and Grant, we'll knock out pretty much anything, so we're not at threat at any point. So, yeah, at this point, the game's more or less over. Definitely, so kind of a weird game because they got unlucky in the sense where they haven't been able to get out their Excaliburs. Yeah, they're just going to FF there because they didn't get it. But we also didn't get our double colorless. So definitely some weird games, but that's going to be game number 2. Hopefully we get into something from Twilight Masquerade. It's kind of odd that I'm running into no one on the ladder playing it. But yeah, we'll jump into game number 3 in a second, and I will see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're going to be going first. Our opponent won the coin flip. We are going to mulligan this hand away, which is great for us. Our opponent is also going to mulligan. We'll see... Alright, interesting. So, pretty bad hand in the sense where we drew double Rare Candy, double... what are these called? Booster Energy Capsules. The Grant is also interesting. But, what is nice for us, we're actually going to go Bidoof open. What is nice for us is that as long as our Artazon doesn't get cleared here, which maybe means that we should have absolutely gone Brute Bonnet, but I have faith that our Artazon will stay. Them missing the bug catcher there is pretty huge. I have faith that our Artazon is going to stay, which is pretty much all we need. And if we can get that, then we'll be good to go. Wow, thank God they bricked too. Their hand was awful. Still better than ours. So we can Artazon here. Actually, drawing the Grant wasn't even that bad. Because what we're going to be able to do is put the Ancient Booster Capsule down. Rare Candy. Poison. Drop the Grant. And we hit for 180 with Gutsy Swing. And then the poison damage will be the last that we need. Hitting for 190, no energy required. Bop them up. Take 2 prizes. Bada bing, bada boom. Double Nest Ball, that's actually very good for us. Would have preferred an Ultra Ball, but the double Nest Ball is not bad. There's another Raging Bolt. There's the Sandy Shocks. Alright, if our Conkeldurr gets knocked out here, that's actually very, very bad. Bravery Charm. There's Energy Retrieval. They went what? Fighting and a Lightning? Fighting Energy. Alright, they passed. I was going to say, if they have Vitality, then that'd be kind of crazy. Alright, Ultra Ball is huge here. So, what we can do is, we're going to Artazon. Grab ourselves a backup Brute Bonnet. Place that down. Then what we'll do is Nest Ball for Sneasler. And we can Nest Ball for a Klawf. We'll set up a Timburr. And then what we can do here is Ultra Ball away these, grab ourselves a new Bibarel. We still haven't used alright. We'll throw this down for now. We'll throw the Defiance Band down, and then we will research. Okay, so we got ourselves some pieces. We can go ahead and Gutsy Swing here. We have the Counter Catcher, not that we really need that. But we have the Iono available to us, which is pretty decent. We have the Max Belt attached, so as long as we can get into Conkeldurr on our next turn, we're good to go. Which means really all we're looking for... I think we should have one more Rare Candy in deck. I can't remember if we play 3, and if we play 3 if one's prized or not. I think we do play 3, though. Magnetic Absorption. So Conkeldurr is going to get knocked out here. The main benefit of this situation, conveniently for us, is that we do already have Switch in hand. That's funny. Our poison took us out. We do have Klawf in hand, and we have the Switch, so if we can't get into our Rare Candy, we can just go Klawf, which is nice. Conveniently, we also drew the double colorless. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this and 1 research. And the reason for that is that I want to look to see if I have Rare Candy in deck. Oh, our opponent surrendered. Which is totally fine for us, because again, what we would have done there is, if we had Rare Candy, great, then we can just like kind of wait and search it out. If we didn't have Rare Candy, then all we were going to do is get ourselves into the Gurdurr, and then we'll switch into Klawf, place Gurdurr down, and then we can just find Conkeldurr naturally, and just go from there, and that pretty much would have been game for us. So, pretty easy one. Nice game 3. We got a little bit lucky where their hand bricked, but ours did as well, so it kind of balanced out. We're not like, yeah, I mean, kind of balanced out. And then from there, we were able to play the game. We'll do one more game, so I will see you guys in game 4. Peace out. Alright, we're into game number 4. Our opponent's going to be going first. We open Timburr, which is not ideal. Our opening hand here actually isn't super ideal, but we can make it work. Just kind of depends on what our opponent's playing. They are playing the Monkey Dory, so this could be cool. So if they're playing Blissey, this actually works out pretty decently for us. The Artazon here works kind of nice as well. Yeah, so they are playing Blissey. That's pretty hype. So what we might look to do here is we might Artazon out. Yeah. Alright. So we're going to make kind of an aggro play here, but it may work out for us. What we'll do is that we'll Artazon for a Brute Bonnet. Then we can Ultra Ball away the Research and the Iono. We can grab ourselves our Klawf. Place the Klawf down. Use the Switch. Bring Klawf into the active. And then we can go Professor's Research here. We did get ourselves a second Klawf, and we got Bidoof. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Ancient Booster Capsule or the double colorless that we were kind of hoping for. But it's not a big deal because we're pretty much fine from this position. We do have the Gurdurr. We can Ultra Ball for a Bibarel to get ourselves some more cards here, so we should be fine. Also, Blissey's kind of slow, and so that also helps us. The other benefit here as well is that the Monkey Dories don't really do anything for them, since we're either going to be one-shotting them automatically because we hit for weakness, or yeah, that's pretty much like we're either one-shotting it or we're not. There's not going to be damage counters for them to like actually utilize Monkey Dory to like move around. So there's the Hero's Cape. They are able to get a Dark Energy off the Energy Lotto, but it isn't a double colorless, so we're still safe from on that aspect. So we won't get attacked this turn, which is nice for us. There's a Hero's Cape. If we can remove that, cool, but we don't, like, need to. There's Bibarel. That's nice. So we can go Bibarel here. We can go Gurdurr. We'll go Ultra Ball. Get rid of this. And we'll get rid of the Super Rod. Grab ourselves a second Brute Bonnet. Place that down. Draw ourselves a new set of cards. We do get the double colorless, so we can go double colorless here onto the active, and then from here we will Iono, Because we're really just looking for the booster energy capsules. Which we still didn't find, which is actually really annoying, to be honest. So, I'm going to use this... Yeah, I'm going to use the Switch. I'll put the Klawf into the active that doesn't have anything for them. And then what I can actually do on the following turn, the main reason why, like, if I sack this one, it doesn't really matter as much. What I can actually do on the following turn is I can Arven, get myself what is that card called? The Lost Vacuum. And then I can Lost Vacuum away their Hero's Cape, and I can get myself my Ancient Booster Capsule to be able to place that onto Brute Bonnet. Making it so I can one-shot the Blissey. They still don't have a double colorless, but it wouldn't matter regardless, even if they did. We'll be able to do our play here. Unfortunately for us, it would appear that our double colorless, or not our double colorless, our vacuum is in the discard pile. Or not discard pile, rather prize cards. That was the term I was looking for. We'll get rid of these. That will get us a Conkeldurr. We can evolve. Free us up some room. Draw ourselves some new cards. We did get our other Ancient Booster Capsule. We'll play that for now. And then what we can do from here is we can Toxic Powder. Hit for 140, which is enough to knock out Munkidori, even with the resistance. Take one prize. If it's Lost Vacuum, that'd be super great. It's not, but not the biggest deal. We can actually, if they make a second Blissey, we can just go around this, but if they don't make another Blissey and they choose to go return and knock out Klawf, it's even better for us because we get to bring in Conkeldurr. And if we bring in Conkeldurr, it doesn't even matter if they have the Hero's Cape or not. The Iono there doesn't matter either. We actually, the Iono worked out even better for us because now we get the double colorless onto the Klawf. So that's going to be fully powered up all the time. They have triple Munkidori, but again, in this situation, it literally means nothing. It's kind of funny where, like, Dracopult beats, what's it called? The Lost Vacuum's, like, a little annoying, but not that big a deal. But it's funny. It's like Dracopult beats other decks, so then Blissey comes in, but then we beat Blissey. So it's like a weird little round robin. So we can place this down. We will go double colorless here. We will use the Nest Ball, but more just to get it out of our hand, not to like actually do anything with it. Throw the Timburr down. We will throw the Defiance Band down, not because it matters, but because nothing else that we have really makes much of a difference. We will go ahead and Toxic Powder. And then from here, let's see if we draw anything cooler. No, not really. Yeah, so from here, we'll just go ahead and Iono again. Put them down to 5 cards. Not super great, but good enough. And then we can Gutsy Swing, hit for weakness, so we hit for 500 damage. So even past a Hero's Cape, it doesn't do anything. We take 2 more prizes. We get a Max Belt and another Conkeldurr, which is great for us. We have Arven, so we can get ourselves pretty much whatever we want. We also have Max Belt. We can make a new Conkeldurr as well. Or we could just put Klawf into the active. Either one works. So there's not much they can really do to us. So they can go return. They are going to knock out our Conkeldurr. We will bring our Timburr in. Perfect. We drew into Rare Candy, but we could have just searched it out with Arven, so it's not like that really mattered all that much. We can go super odd here. Put Klawf, a Timburr, and we'll make one. We don't really need the Klawf anymore. We can just go one whole line. We can go ahead and Nest Ball. Get Timburr back out. And then from here, we'll throw this down onto the Timburr, not because it really matters. Draw ourselves some cards. Cool, we have the Gurdurr if we wanted it. We'll go ahead and Toxic Powder here. We'll play the Arven just because. We do have another Ancient Booster Capsule, so that's good. And we have Nest Ball. We'll go Ancient Booster just so that way it's prepared. We don't run into any problems. We can Gutsy Swing. Take a super easy knockout onto Blissey. Take another 2 prizes, and then we just need one more KO, which we can do. There's our other Rare Candy. Perfect. So we can Rare Candy and end the game if we wanted to. So everything's working out for us. That's going to be game 4. Super easy. We got the Blissey matchup we were looking for. This matchup's super, super easy. Pretty much, I don't want to say an auto win because, you know, obviously nothing's an auto win. You can always brick. You know, it's a game of chance at the end of the day. But the Blissey matchup is super, super favorable for us. So, yeah, that's why I think Conkeldurr's in a pretty good spot right now. It's why I would, if you're going to play it, I would play it right now. In terms of any changes I would make to the list after playing it more, I could see adding in like a Squawkabilly be pretty cool to just do like a super hard early like ramp, like just look to do like research, squawk, all that kind of stuff on your first turn and try to get through it that way. But outside of adding squawk, I don't think there's any major changes I would make right now, but definitely let me know how you guys are running it and what else you guys would play with the deck. And yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Definitely let me know what you want to see next on the channel. And yeah, be sure to join the community Discord and the tournament. Remember, it is all linked down in the description. It is not promo code. It is the entry code is code GNOME, so GNOME. Feel free to join. It'd be great for you all to be there. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for checking out the content. There will be more every day or every other day, depending on how fast I can get all these cards and get all these videos out. So appreciate it. I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.